Well, I have a problem with the Gospels, and that is that I don't believe they're perfect. You could say, well, this is a problem we all have with everything in life, isn't it? Yeah, but perhaps we're not also terribly aware of how we should be handling such. I'm clear that some things don't add up, and therefore I'm not certain what to rely on and what not to. And the answer is very simple. You don't rely on anything. You look at it and say, well, does this appeal to me? Yes. Does it seem reasonable? Could be. Okay. Is it dangerous to try it and see? I don't think so. I would imagine I start to get information pretty early on, whether it fits or whether it doesn't, whether it's right or whether it's wrong, good consequences or bad. If I think there are major dangers, then I might be very cautious about tentatively trying it. If I don't think there are any obvious major dangers, I might be much freer about trying it, but still cautious. In other words, I don't have to believe that, say, the intro in John's Gospel is consistent, say, with the rest of the record, or that the last 2 chapters of John's Gospel haven't been added more recently than the central chapters. I don't have to know whether the 7 miracles referred to in John's Gospel are all written by the same person or not. I just have to, well, I might choose to rather, feel led to look at them and think, I wonder what that means. Does it imply so-and-so? Does this sound generally consistent with what I've made of John 17 in my understanding? Or is this just someone else's view being, cobbled together? But there are some things that you find are very valuable to you, and they become your core, not necessarily the person's next to you, not their core of reliability, but what you take to be reliable. And you sift everything else in relationship to the importance of such things to you. The validity that you feel in your experience you've found. You see, the child needs experience to grow up. He's not sure of what he's told. I don't mean that it might not have been true. It might be true, but he's misunderstood what you meant. That's easily done when you have very little experience, isn't it? And the wise child is cautious, but not so cautious that he doesn't live and doesn't apply anything and won't risk anything. He needs to add to his experience to find out whether other things are right or not, but cautiously, in case they are so not right that they are extremely dangerous and troublesome. So yes, I might be able to walk along this ledge that's the foot of which is a deep abyss and I can't swim, but it's wise not to risk it. Something says that, don't know, I might well be able to make it. He did, but I might not be as sure-footed, or the ledge might be weaker now, who knows? But I don't think, I'm not risking it now. I'll walk round the long way, thank you. Oh, you're mad. Come on, take a chance. No, thank you. And some people live longer than others, presumably because they don't take such wild risks. Yes, you know, I drive a car. That's dangerous to some extent, isn't it? I try to avoid flying. I mean, you're not likely to die in a flying accident if you never fly. Oh, but you need to fly. Oh, okay, well, that's different then, but I don't want to make too big a habit of it. I probably would with a bit more practice again. I'd get back in the swing of it, you know, popping back to the UK once a year, which I did when I first came to New Zealand. We did, my wife and I. I certainly wouldn't like to be popping over there once a year now. I would like to see my son, but it's not that pressing. I can see him on YouTube if I need. I'm on, WhatsApp. I can see him on WhatsApp, can't I? No, it's not the same as visiting him. No, of course not. And I'd like to see England again, but I don't need it that much. Well, yes, some people take drugs. Some ride motorbikes. Others smoke. Some jump off mountains with paragliding and I don't know what else, really. I don't. Some have and are no longer here because of such. Well, there you go. But not me. Do I take no risks at all? No, of course not. But I'm cautious. And if I know someone to be a liar, I don't treat the rest of what they say as true. Might be true. They could still be lying. If someone lets me down, yeah, I'm happy to give them another chance. But I'm cautious about what chance I give them. I'm not daft. Someone says sorry? Well, forgive them, don't you? But you're not reckless in how you forgive them. It's just that you don't hold any animosity against them. You want them to have a clean start. But at the same time, you know they're human. And they might just fall into the same ditch again. So, you don't risk them in vulnerable positions. I mean, the other extreme is, yes, you've said one lie in court and the court can't really trust you from then on. In a sense, that's true. You qualify what they say now from then on, if indeed you bother to listen to their further witness. When it comes to scripture, well, how to treat your slave, and Judgment Day and so on, that's not my God. If you like, I choose not to believe in slavery or judgment. Not that sort of judgment. Rational judgment, caution, yes. Vindictive, hate judgment, oh my goodness, no. And come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Not recklessness which will wreck your life, nor a caution that's so intense and all-encompassing that you can't breathe, you can't live. That's no good either. Looks like I'm persuaded of the middle way, doesn't it? But slightly on the cautious side, I would say. On the other hand, people would well, superficially I look like a conformist English middle-class gentleman. That's the way I was brought up. Well, Mum wasn't too middle-class in her way. And Dad actually hated snobbery. He wasn't going to go down that road, even though he was wealthy. I suppose he felt he didn't need to. And I guess I was brought up that way. I am what I am. Not superior or inferior to anybody. Just here to be a blessing. By the grace and the goodness of God. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.